Another way to test for carbon dioxide is to use what's called lime water. And in this test tube, I have some lime water. Lime water is a solution of calcium hydroxide, and when it comes in contact with carbon dioxide gas, a precipitate forms, a cloudiness forms that shows, which shows the presence of carbon dioxide. So the orange thing I've got here in the test tube is a straw, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow into the straw. I did not suggest doing this at home, of course, but I'm going to blow into the straw and see what happens here. So you can see it turned cloudy, and that indicates that there was indeed carbon dioxide in my breath. No big surprise, right? So we are going to use that to test the gas that comes off of this reaction. What I have here is a small amount of copper 2 oxide. It has a kind of a nice mint green color to it, and I'm going to heat that up with a low flame here. Notice that the test tube has a stopper on the end with this piece of glass tubing out, and I'm going to direct the gas that comes off of this through that glass tubing and into a test tube that has lime water in it. Okay, and we will see what happens. So let me light the burner. There we go. And let this go for a little bit. And we'll get some bubbling here, but that first bit of bubbling probably isn't going to do anything just because you're essentially pushing out the air that was already in the test tube. So I'm going to let this keep going for a bit. And hopefully, oh, there we go. You might notice that we are getting a bit of cloudiness. So, as we said earlier, that indicates carbon dioxide. Ta-da! Now, what we also might notice is that on the other end here, on the business end down here, we see that the copper 2 carbonate has turned color. It sort of looks like it's burning. It's not really burning. It is reacting, but I wouldn't say that it's burning. But it does sort of look like that. Now, what's left behind? Let's zoom in on that a bit. You can probably see it does not look much like copper. Again, it sort of looks like it's burnt or has burned up. Again, it's not really burned, but it has reacted. So I want you to think that if I add heat to copper 2 carbonate, and I know that carbon dioxide gas came off of it, what might be left behind that might look like that? Again, it doesn't look like copper, but it's going to have some copper in it, right? Remember, all the products have to be made up of the same things that the reactants contained.